This is the news on Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city. Good evening. My name is Temple Barra. Here are the headlines. ECOWAS imposes no-flight zone on Niger Republic. Pandev asks National Assembly to pursue Bakassi issue to logical conclusion. Hope Uzodimma urges the federal government and military to bring Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria to observe sit at home. And on the foreign scene, Colombian president's son arrested in money laundering probe. The details in a moment.
FM News.
Now the details of the news. Nigeria's president and the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on Sunday denounced the coup by military leaders in Niger Republic, saying Africa has come of age. Tinubu, who stated this during an extraordinary summit in Abuja on the political situation in Niger, registered his displeasure and that of ECOWAS at the coup d'etat in the country.
We have an hostage situation, an interruption to properly elected government of Niger Republic. Your presence here reflects your commitment to democracy, principle and value. I appreciate that. It is a very challenging time for us, and it is time that we must demonstrate our commitment, and we must take a very strong action. We want to protect the life of President Bazoum.
Meanwhile, the Economic Community of West African States has enforced a no-flight zone over Niger. The decision was announced following the increasing tension stirred by military actors in the country. The move, which includes air and land border closure, is seen as a crucial reaction to the recent ascendancy of the junta, which has stirred a significant unrest in the country and poses a threat to political stability within the region. The ECOWAS leadership believes that imposition of a no-flight zone will help curb the junta's influence and hinder any potential allies from providing aerial support, even as leaders of the coup fear that the regional body could stage an imminent military intervention in the capital of the Sahel country. ECOWAS also agreed on immediate financial sanctions over the coup and has given the junta a week to cede power, while noting that the use of force has not been ruled out. ECOWAS also insisted that President Mohamed Bazoum remained recognized as president of Niger and called upon member states and the international community to uphold and respect these decisions in an effort to help restore peace and stability in the republic. The Campaign for Transparency Network and Messrs. Juryman Associate Chambers yesterday asked the Senate to disqualify Stella Oketete, one of the 28 ministerial nominees unveiled by President Bola Tinubu on Thursday. In a statement by its program director, Bubik Wanka, CTN asked the Senate to reject Oketete based on her alleged questionable academic records. Wanka alleged that Oketete had no school leaving certificate but proceeded to the University of Port Harcourt, where she underwent remedial studies, after which she got admitted via direct entry into the Benson Idahoso University, Benin City, Edo State. CTN further alleged that Oketete, as an undergraduate, had carryovers in 4 courses, which she did not retake. Also, in a statement by its managing partner, Oladutun Hassan, the Juryman Associate Chambers sought the disqualification of the appointment of Oketete as a ministerial designate based on a pending case instituted against her at the Federal High Court that has also been submitted to the Senate. The Pan-Niger Delta Forum has commended members of the National Assembly for revisiting the Bakassi issue and urged them to pursue it to a logical conclusion. This is contained in a communique issued at the end of the forum's expanded National Executive Committee meeting held on Sunday in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State's capital. It was also signed by its national chairman, Senator Emmanuel Ibok Essien. The forum, which decried the rising rate of poverty in the Niger Delta caused by the deplorable condition of critical infrastructure, urged all members of the National Assembly from the South-South to use their offices to foster unity and peace and to accelerate the socio-economic growth and transformation of the zone. Nigeria and Cameroon had for years engaged in a legal battle over the rightful owner of Bakassi. And on the 10th of October 2002, the International Court of Criminal Justice, also known as the World Court in The Hague, Netherlands, formally ruled that the Bakassi Peninsula belonged to Cameroon. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has restated its position as it insists that the federal government is yet to accept its demands. NARD President Dr. Emeka Oji, during a press conference in Lagos State on Saturday to review the industrial action, declared earlier this week, pledged to continue the nationwide strike.
To demand the immediate release of the secular or one-for-one replacement of exited clinical workers, as we cannot continue to watch our members lose their lives and break down under the weight of war overload. To call on the governors of Abia State, Kaduna and Enugu State, as well as other states where our members' welfare is neglected, to as a matter of urgency look into these challenges in order to resolve them amicably. The NEC again appealed to the federal and state governments to urgently resolve these demands in order to forestall further escalation of the ongoing industrial disharmony in the health sector.
NARD represents around 15,000 resident doctors out of a total of more than 40,000 doctors in the country. The union seems to be alone in the struggle, as its parent body, the Nigerian Medical Association, is not on strike. The governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodimma, has reiterated the need to restore peace and put an end to insurgency in the southeast, while echoing calls for the extradition of Finland-based separatist Simon Ekpa over the illegal Monday sit-at-home order. Uzodimma revealed his position on Friday during a familiarization visit from the new general officer commanding 82 Division Enugu, Major General Hassan Dada, at the government house in Owerri, the Imo State capital.
As a matter of fact, the chief of staff left here as a Jews, and I'm sure his knowledge of this place and knowledge of the problem of the Southeast must have informed this posting. And by the grace of God, his desire, which is to ensure that our people will live in peace and go about their businesses without fear of any molestation.
He also spoke on the negative effect of the illegal sit-at-home orders, promising the new GOC and his team his support and that of the people of Imo State. The governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, has called on residents to imbibe the culture of keeping the environment clean at all times, stating that he is passionate about that. Oti stated this on Saturday while leading members of the State Executive Council and other appointees to participate in this month's cleanup exercise in some parts of Umuahia, stating that the essence of leading members of his cabinet to take part in the exercise was to mobilize Abians on the need to clean their environment. Represented by his chief of staff, Pastor Caleb Ajawa, who expressed joy that a lot of people participated in the exercise, rating it as successful as people identified with the cleanup, adding that it was good to engage the people rather than harass or coerce them, as is in line with the principle of inclusiveness of his administration.
It will be a colossal waste when the money that is expected to be used for other developmental areas and projects will be channeled towards cleaning up, gathering waste and throwing it away. That's why it has become very important for everybody to be involved. Whether you're a businessman or woman, you know that once you generate waste, it has to be properly disposed of. Otherwise, it will constitute a nuisance in the society. In
commemoration of the World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, The Office of the Special Advisor to the Governor of Abia State on Vulnerable Groups and Poverty Alleviation, in conjunction with the Office of the Wife of the Governor of Abia State and the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, during the week, took to the streets of Umuahia to raise awareness on the dangers of human trafficking. In an exclusive chat with Ifeoma Thomas, who doubles as the state's focal person for the Social Investment Program, she noted that the state is working on providing a center for victims of human trafficking to properly rehabilitate and care for them.
Today we join hands in this fight. We are going to be unwavering in our resolve to bring an end to this modern-day slavery. Our collective voice must echo loudly to shake the foundations of this insidious industry. Let us amplify the stories of survivors, making their voices heard, for they hold the strength and resilience that defy the darkness they have endured. Together we stand as a beacon of hope, shining a light on the shadows where traffickers lurk.
The UN Office on Drugs and Crime says Nigeria is a major source, transit and destination country in Africa for human trafficking, but has a poor conviction rate for those responsible. The World Day Against Trafficking in Persons is observed every year on the 30th of July, and this year's theme is reaching every victim of trafficking, leaving no one behind. The news on Rapid 96.5 FM continues shortly with foreign entertainment and sports news. Please stay tuned.
Now you can go global rapidly. You can listen to us from anywhere in the world at www.rapidfm965.com. Plus, you can get social and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and other social media platforms at Rapid965FM.
965 FM.
On WhatsApp, it's 091 60 333 965.
Glad to know that you're still tuning to Rapid News. On the foreign scene, the son of Colombia's president has been arrested as part of an investigation into money laundering and illicit enrichment. Nicolas Petro, a congressman in the Atlantico province, was placed under investigation by the Attorney General's office in early March over accusations that he had taken money from drug traffickers in exchange for including them in his father's effort to broker peace talks with criminal organizations in the Caribbean region. Petro has previously denied the accusations against him in a statement on the 2nd of March, saying they were nothing more than political and personal attacks that seek to destroy the work he had achieved in his career. Meanwhile, Colombian President Gustavo Petro said he was hurt by the news of his son's arrest, but guaranteed the prosecution procedures would be in accordance with the law. In entertainment, Barbie has failed to beat Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1's opening week record in Nigerian cinemas. The cinema release in Nigeria was met with a highly publicized premiere and followed up with some trends online. The movie closed its first week of theatrical release with 66 million naira. Despite sitting top of the chart, Barbie failed to reach Mission Impossible's first week debut of 78 million naira, with Tom Cruise's latest spy thriller closing its second week in the second spot with an additional 50 million naira. Meanwhile, Yoruba epic Orisa movie finished in third, but shines as the biggest Nollywood opening in 2023 so far, with 40 million naira in ticket sales.
Bí nǹkan bá ẹ ṣe mí tó sọmọ àbí tó ṣèyàwó èmi fún ara mi ni wọ́n jẹ̀dú ni.
And in sports, the Nigerian under-19 cricket team in the ongoing ICC Cricket Championship in Dar es Salaam continued as they suffered another defeat to Kenya. The Junior Yellow Greens also recorded one win in the last 3 games, and their game against Kenya on Saturday afternoon ended in another defeat. Team Kenya had been unbeaten in the championship, won the toss and elected to bat first, and after 26.1 overs, the East African side had scored 84 runs to dominate the game. Team Kenya managed to score 88 runs after 33.7 overs, and Team Nigeria didn't score any wickets. As the size of our package for you, thank you for being with us. Let's ensure we dump our refuse only at designated areas. For news coverage and eyewitness report, kindly send a message to our hotline on WhatsApp. The number is 0704 9220 965. Or send an email to news@rbnradiotv.com. For more stories, visit www.rapidfm965.com/news. This bulletin was produced and read by Temple Barra. Good evening.